evening, everybody. Welcome back to part 2 of fixing our Baler that we bought. Yesterday I was saying that I had to replace this knotter here. Well, I went and took the bolt off that holds the shield to that arm there so I can get better access. I found out this bolt right down here that's kind of hanging there is the bolt that goes right there, holding this thing down there, and this will roll easily. You just got to remember when you put it back together, if this is where you have it, the cog wheel here does have a flat spot on the back side of it that you can see. Here, I'll show you in just a second. I have you plugged in so I can charge my phone because I didn't charge it last night like a smart person. So watch the cog wheel. That will move, and then when it starts to get to the point where it hits the gears, see how it's flat back there? So if you have this resting here, you know that all you got to do is get the flat part of the cog in there and it's good to go. I'm going to take this off, see if I can't find some kind of a replacement or make some kind of a replacement for it, because this is pretty worn down. And I need to get this piece here that's on this one off because there's missing the tab right there. And I'm going to take it to my local machine shop, see if they can't mess with it. I have a new part coming, but if I can fix this one with machining, then I'll have a spare. So I'm going to take this off, and hopefully this will come out. I'm going to set you guys down back over here so you can see what I'm doing, but I'm going to need both of my hands, so I'm going to have to set you down. See if we can get this right. Feel like we got to aim it up a little bit more. Right there. Okay, as long as the phone don't fall, we're good to go. Okay, I'm going to use an Allen wrench to take this Allen screw out. Hopefully. Oh, good. Came off pretty easily. Probably should have stopped at my local auto store and grabbed myself some Blaster or WD. Oh well. No. Looks like that's all freed up there, so I just need to loosen that. And it is not a 1/2 inch, it's 7/16. That's the first smallest wrench I've came across yet, so hang on a second, I'm gonna grab a wrench. Grab a 3/8 also, just in case. Okay. Oh, there's no way to mark this, I'll just have to guess. Last thing I need is this to shoot across the shop and me to lose pieces. But because it's loose enough, can I move it up high enough? I can. Okay, that's this little lip here where my finger is held down by this piece. I got that loose. That's out. And it looks like I'll have to take these two bolts here off. I don't know if you can see that actually. These two bolts here, I'll have to take those off. And then that should loosen up this housing piece that's holding that on. Then hopefully it should slide out. Just by me taking the blade off and then loosening up this piece where my hand is right now, I was able to slide this up and take that piece off. So we're going to take off those 2 bolts and see if that frees up the whole thing. Again, bear with me. These look about to be 9/16, and what do you know they are? Oh no! Done dropped you smacking on the bolt, my bad. Stay, cell phone, stay. Probably gonna drop again, so if you do, I apologize. I'm doing this with my cell phone, so I do apologize. I have a GoPro at home. I really do need to figure that thing out. That or one of my buddies needs to hopefully can come out and start holding the camera for me. You know what? We'll just have to do this way. So. Oh, we got it loose doing that. Took some talent to try to keep it in there and loosen it up, but there we go. Okay, these are coming loose. You know, you gotta make better ways to mount cell phones and shenanigans. Want to stay there? I don't even know if that camera angle is good. Works. You're being hung on by a bolt right now. I don't know why I didn't look at that spot earlier. But this is the part of the thing that you figure out when you're doing video recording for the very first time. But I'm mostly doing this because I'm afraid that I'll forget how I put it back together. So 1, it'll help you out. 2, it helps me out remembering how I took it apart in the first place. It's one of the great things about being able to do this stuff these days, because back when I was younger, this wasn't possible. You had to really remember how you took things apart and how you did stuff. Okay, so this is freely moving now, so this should slide right out. But what is the cog held in there by a pin or something that we don't know about? Is it? Because I don't know. I thought somebody said there was some kind of a little pen or something in there. So let me see if I can get something to scratch the dirt away, see if I can find it. Basic screwdriver pick, and then basic small screwdriver. What I'm trying to figure out is this here, this cog here is in here, and I don't know if there's, oh, what is that? Oh, that's just a hole, so that's nothing. Oh, weird. Just popped some kind of a little rubber doodad, so that must have been stop gunk from getting down there. But somewhere on this thing, there has to be some kind of a way to hold it steady or loosen it. Oh, I feel a little hole there actually. focus. You can kind of see there. It's right about here-ish. There's a pin in there. I gotta pop that out. Because I ran it across this one, this top one here, nothing. This top one here, nothing. Ran it on this one, and damn, camera, stay steady. Sorry. This one down here, I felt the hole. This one up here, I felt nothing. The hole where there's a little keeper pin in there is where I gotta punch that thing out. So I gotta find a small punch, see if I can bob it out, and then this should slide forward, and the rest of this should slide out. Because right now, come on, you can see it's moving. So we might be in luck. I'm gonna put you back over here. You can get the overall view. And I'm gonna look for a punch and see if I can pop that thing out quick. Probably would have helped to look for all the tools ahead of time, but you know, that's never how that can work so far. I get a little loud, I gotta use a grinder. That's too big. Is this one gonna fit, or is this too big too? This probably is too big. We'll see though. That is the hole. I'm not exactly sure if I'm actually punching this cog through or not. Broke my punch. Well, that's not good. Broke my punch. I don't really have another punch to put through there. That was the one I had. Let's see here. No, that pin's gotta come out. There's something in there for sure. Okay. We might have to stop for a sec, because I may have to run to the auto parts and get myself some new punches, because this done broke it on me. But I don't know if you can really see because the lighting is crap in my shop, but there is a small little hole right there that has a pin in it that is keeping this cogwheel on the shaft. If I can get that stinking pin out, then I should be able to slide that whole thing out. And I may not have to remove this off of the whole assembly to replace the part that's broken on mine. And like I was saying, this is the cutter blade that's supposed to cut your straw. That's kind of worn down and not the greatest. I mean, the blade's sharp, but that part's kind of broken. So I'm going to see if I can fill that in with some weld and beef it up a little bit so it don't break on me while I'm using it. Maybe look at cutting out a couple other ones and making them. But we've made some progress, at least 15 minutes worth of progress. So I'll be right back with some more and hopefully some new punches and whatnot. All right, we are back. New punch. We'll see if this works. Put you back in your secure spot so you can watch the shenanigery. Get the punch in the spot to beat the cogwheel into submission and start pounding. Oh, it's a punch to through. It's a punch to through. It's a coming through. Next problem is that, oh wait, is that free now? Do we get it? We got it! Woo! Look at there, whole assembly out. And this cogwheel don't look too bad either. And there's the pin that just beat out right there, you see it? But, as you can see now, this piece is missing a tab right here, where it should be, and it's not, and it's got tab, and it's also missing a tab over here too, so it's missing the top two tabs. I just now noticed that it's missing both top tabs, because it's missing this one on this side and this one on this side, and I only saw one side when I went to buy it. But I'm going to take this to my local machine shop and see if this can't be forged or shenanigans around so I can try to put it back together and get some test bales so I can figure out how this thing operates. But sweet. It's out. And as you can see, you didn't have to take that whole assembly off to replace this part on the bottom here. You just got to take this lock collar off, and this will slide up off, and then this whole bottom piece is itself. But that is very good. It literally was me having to get a new punch, not using the week old ones that we've been beating on for years, and took 15 minutes to take it apart from my previous video. So if you have any kind of wrench turning skills or have messed around at all with tools, you should be able to fix this part, no problem. YouTube, when I was looking at it and watching it, was making it look a lot more stressful and like it was a lot worse than what it really is. Now that I've gotten myself in here and actually tore it apart myself, instead of watching somebody else do it, I feel confident enough that I can show anybody how to take this thing apart and replace the part and not be so, oh, this thing's going to take forever and it's going to be a really bad fix. So if you find a Baler, particularly a 124, a 128, or a 224 like I have here, then if the knotter is out, don't be worried. Don't think it's a horrible fix. It is not. It took me 15 minutes to do this, and I was screwing around for some of it. So don't think it's too bad of a fix where you can't do it. You should be able to fix this, no problem. On top of that, though, learning how to operate this thing and how to fish the string in, that's going to be another video that we'll make later when it comes to that point. And we'll have to figure out how all that works because I don't have a clue. So we're figuring this out together. But like I said, 15-minute fix. That's if you had the spare part. I had to order this whole thing from Utah from a junkyard, but if your local fabrication shop or CNC shop can actually redo this, and I'm going to find out if mine can, then you might be able to save yourself a weight on having to get stuff shipped across country. I'm on the West Coast, and I had to get it from Utah. So you can see how there's a bit of a time for delivery there. But without further ado, I'm going to run to my machine shop quick. I'll ask them if they don't mind being on camera. If they don't mind, then I'll share their industry. If they do mind, then I'm sorry, I can't share it without their permission. I don't want to put anybody on blast that doesn't want to be. So, thank you for hanging out, checking out my little thing. I will get back to you with a video on how I'm putting it back together and how this all is going if I don't record me going to the machine shop. But thank you all for the support. Thank you all for the follows. Thank you all for the likes. And please keep the support coming, because I'm mostly doing this so I know how to take things apart later. But if it helps you, then I'm happy.